Thanks for joining me today. It's a special treat. I have two of my favorite people in the whole world with me, my cousins.
Hi.
So this is Kathy and this is Debbie. And if you follow me on social media, you've seen their pictures. People tell us they can tell we're cousins because we look alike. And everybody says she looks just like my mom. I think you look more like my mom than I look like my mom.
So many people.
Yes.
It's wild. Facebook has actually thought that I was your mom before and tagged the picture that way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And today, my granddaughter Liberty FaceTimed this morning, and I showed her my cousin, and she goes, "She looks like Mimi." That was the first thing she said.
Hilarious. I mean, how smart.
So today, I just wanted to share with you our story together. I think it's so important. I'm titling this Family, Faith, and Friend. No, I'm going to title it Family. How do I say that? Family, Friendship, and Faith. That's how I'm going to title it. So we have made it a priority in our lives. Kathy and I have been best cousins our whole lives since we were newborn. I mean, all the way up. Debbie and I got really close, and the three of us got really close. We had a family reunion in 2011 in Shreveport.
Yes.
And we didn't really grow up together, but it was like this instant connection for the three of us.
Absolutely.
And we have just made it a priority since then, and y'all can tell that just...
Yes.
We just had, I felt instantly there's such a connection and relating to everything that you were saying and Kathy was saying. I literally felt it inside me like, you're talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
That my struggles, my challenges, my good times, my bad times, everything was so similar. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's so the instant connection was there. Like we got each other with no judgment.
That's the key.
Anything.
That's the key. There is no judgment amongst us, and all of our stories are so similar. And honestly, we are all so similar. It is kind of freaky every now and then.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's amazing, just the connection.
Yes.
And, we have been through it all together. We've been through divorce. We've been through financial issues. We've been through family challenges. We're going to talk a little bit about what Debbie went through and cancer. We've been through it all together, and I think the key that I want to stress in this Faith Talks is the importance of relationship and the importance of connection. And if you have someone in your life that, you consider your best friend, these are my best friends. If you have someone you consider your best friend, then cherish that relationship, nurture it, value it. Don't take it for granted,
Absolutely. Make it a priority.
Yes, and that's what we've done.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, we've made a commitment that we meet every 3 to 4 months.
Yes.
So we kind of rotate houses.
Yeah.
We go.
They rotate states.
Rotate states. So they live in Arkansas. I'm in Texas, and we kind of just do this rotation. We did go to Memphis last year together.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gone to the beach together.
Yes.
So we try to not try. We do this.
We do this.
We put it on the calendar before they leave.
We will have our next.
We'll have a general idea of when we're going to get together next. But why don't you talk about the challenges?
Yes.
It has been
even this week
unreal. The devil every time since the
very
time
first time that we came down.
Yes.
The devil did everything in his power to make sure that Debbie and I did not come that weekend.
Yeah.
Every roadblock you can imagine.
Everything that could happen, he threw at all three of us.
Yes.
And he does. I had opportunities,
Yes.
stressful opportunities this
To
week
say,
with
yeah.
my grandmother.
Yes.
Y'all know I've been dealing with my grandmother. It was stressful, and I did think like, I couldn't wait to see them, but it was just stressful.
It's stressful.
It's overwhelming.
And then you got work stuff going on, and
kids,
you've got
dances, and yes.
And some of our dearest, bestest friends, Dad passed away. Like, we just found out, like, literally the morning we were leaving to come. And so then we're torn.
Yes.
We don't want to leave our friends, but we knew that
this is a priority to and it's much needed. We all get to talk to each other and just everything, and we know we are in a safe, no judgment
That's it.
zone.
That's our safe
and
space. Yes.
And you know the cool thing about it though, we've cried together, we've laughed, but it always comes back to prayer. We
Absolutely.
always like Jesus is the answer. We've always
know
put
this.
him, you know,
Always.
we know without him
We're nowhere.
we couldn't have made it without him.
And we wouldn't have been able to overcome the obstacles and challenges that
Just
have been
that.
thrown in our path
Yes.
that has tried to prevent us from being able to continue our bond and
Yes.
our
Absolutely.
uplifting of each other and supporting each other through every season of life.
Right.
And
It's been so important.
Yeah.
One of the most challenging things, the week before COVID shut everything down, we were all together in Hot Springs. And God knew that we were going to need that, one, because of COVID and everything getting locked down. And,
I mean,
you know,
life changed the next week.
Literally.
And then the next month, Debbie was diagnosed with
Aggressive breast cancer. So, yeah, it was.
And people saw you on my page, on my ministry page, because I posted us walking through that with you. Talk a little bit about when you got that diagnosis. I remember you shaving your head and just
Yeah.
all of that. I was there with you, 2 days after?
Post surgery.
Yeah.
I think it may have even been the next
the next day
I
that
think
you got home.
Yeah, from my double.
But talk a little bit about your faith that got you through that.
Well, it was literally just sheer faith in God and my family and my friends and honestly strangers, people that from your ministry page, from our roots in Camden where Kathy and I are both from, just from all around the world.
You had a ton of people
Uh,
praying for you.
And I felt it. There's no other way of saying that. I told people, I would see people when I was out and about, and they're like, I've been praying for you. And I'm like, I know. I
People
know
would
this.
ask
because this
me-
was the most aggressive type.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And she had to do all this alone because we were in
was
COVID,
COVID.
times.
So that was,
People
devastating.
would ask me though about you. How's your cousin Debbie?
Oh,
You know.
I mean, I felt it, and that's why I'm saying the prayers, just God got me through, and the love that was shown, godly love that was shown to me through everyone was unbelievable.
You were so strong
You
during
were.
that time. I just remember your strength. Like wow.
Thank
and
you.
COVID, like you were
Yes.
saying, like you had to go take yourself to the hospital when you would have your treatments.
Yes, no one could take me for my treatments,
Yeah.
and the treatments make you very sick, like very sick and drowsy, and like literally as soon as I would be connected, like as soon as it started going in, you can feel it. But yes, I had to drive myself because of COVID. Everything was shut down, and it was really a hard time. I'm a nurse, so I was pretty self-sufficient. It was still very hard because I was so sick and just you're going through such a plethora of emotions. But to see the people that didn't have faith, for number one,
Yes,
we couldn't have anyone in there with us, such as a family member or caregiver, because typically that's what you do when you're receiving chemo.
Yeah.
And I just
That
remember
you-
praying so fervently for the people that I was looking at in front of me in other chairs receiving that
They
medicine,
didn't have
and
what
they
you
didn't
had.
have what I had.
No
They didn't have
Yeah.
the faith, and they didn't have that, and even up to my surgery. My husband had to drop me off at the sidewalk the morning of my double mastectomy, and that was one of the hardest days of our lives. I mean, it was very hard because you don't know. I mean, we both have faith, and I knew I was
Yes.
going to be okay, but you don't know if that's the last time you're going to see me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to
Yes.
see him and my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? Again, the prayer and the coming together of my people, again, and people that I had never even met, but had known me through some relation of my friends, my family.
Well,
but
that was 4 years ago already.
it's crazy. It doesn't. Yeah, it'll be
I
4 years
tell
in
your
May.
story often because people will reach out to my page and tell me they've received the C notice.
Yeah.
And you know that word is so scary.
It is
It can
scary.
It can be.
But you know, Debbie to me, defined that you can still get that
You can.
bad report, and it didn't stop her. I
No.
mean, this girl, it didn't stop her. I rarely saw, and I know you had down days,
Yeah.
but you just made yourself keep going, keep
Absolutely.
believing. And I tell your story all the time because I'm like, no, that C word, cancer, is just a name.
It's a name.
And Jesus is greater than the name of cancer.
Amen.
So right now, if
Lord.
you're watching this, I feel it in my heart right now. If someone's watching this and you've just been diagnosed with that word and it's trying to bring fear on you, here is a living example of someone who's walked through
Walked
it
it.
and defeated it. And it has no power in Debbie's life anymore.
No.
So don't let the fear of that word try to come over you and overtake you, because it can. I mean, it's a
Oh,
choice
Absolutely.
that you have to make.
have to
You
make.
have to make that choice.
Absolutely, because in the moment, I mean, it is so scary.
It is. I
But
can't imagine.
but
You want to break
instantly,
down,
I
but
knew.
then-
Yes, absolutely. I know that I did in the moment, but then I got quiet and I got still and I got with my Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and He covered me and gave me such a sense of peace that it is unexplainable,
No,
and it's
yeah.
only godlike.
Right. You walked in it and we saw that. And just even as a woman, having to go bald and
Was
lose
devastating, yes.
parts of your body, and like, girl, I'm
She rocked it.
I'm serious,
Thank
like-
you. But in all seriousness, it is so scary. I've said this many times. I didn't realize how much of a part of my identity that my hair was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ashamed to say that for vanity purposes, but it's the truth.
no.
true.
Well,
I mean,
that's
our
one of the
hair-
beauties of we're transparent with each other,
Yeah.
and there's no judgment. And I was more fearful. I know it doesn't make sense, but I was more fearful because I knew I'm a nurse, and I knew that the specific type of chemo that I had to take to get rid of this cancer, I knew my hair was going to fall out, and I was so scared to lose my hair. But God, I just continued to pray, and it did. It began to fall out in handfuls, just as the dictionary, as all the rules say that it's going to.
Yeah.
And I went. My daughter Ashlyn and Sarah took me, my daughter-in-law, and we went to the hair salon to let my beautician shave my head.
Hey,
And-
you were a bald,
You
beautiful
were
bald
beautiful
person.
bald.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you rocked it. Like,
Yes,
you just,
absolutely.
you owned it. I
Yeah.
think I probably would have wore a wig. I don't know. I think I probably would have. But you were like, I'm just.
It was wild. And I've said this too. Even my husband has said that is one thing I would have bet is that you would have worn a wig. But once I lost that hair, it was like a cleansing. And I cannot explain it any better than that. I was free.
Yeah.
And
The
it
thing
didn't
you
matter.
dreaded, one of the
well,
things you dreaded the most
Yeah.
was
at that moment,
done.
yes, it was done.
Yeah.
And it was finished. And I knew that I had to then fight and heal. I was fighting for my life. And
The grace to walk
He
through
gave
it.
me the courage and the
Yeah.
and it's not like it was I look good, never. But I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah.
The
And
healing.
I'm yes, I mean it wasn't about my vanity, I guess, at that point.
And your hair came back kind of crazy
Yeah.
at first.
Oh, it came
and now
back
it's like
Crazy.
beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
you. It came back curly.
We were kind of like, okay.
I know it was
What
wild.
are we doing with this? I tried to blow it with this special blower thing, and it was like a marshmallow.
It was
it
I will have
coming
a
from
new
someone that has extremely kinky hair.
Amazing hair.
I was like, yeah, no, you don't brush that stuff.
Kathy
out.
had to kind of give me some schooling on
Yeah,
it because with
you
that.
don't brush
But
all
it-
those curls.
It came out beautiful.
Thank
But
you.
I just pray her story encourages someone that's watching, because
Yes.
there is life after
After.
that diagnosis, and you can live a long and healthy and fulfilling life.
Absolutely.
And not be defeated by that word. So if there's someone right now watching that you've gotten that report, I pray this encourages you. I also pray that if you're watching and you just an encouragement of friendship,
Yes.
maybe you say, well, Jerry, I don't have a friend like you have. Well, you know what? You have to make yourself friendly. You have to go out
Absolutely.
there and
Yes.
be friendly to people. And God, you don't need masses of friendships. You know, I have a lot of friends. I do, but I have some really good quality. I mean, these are my ride or dies right here.
Absolutely.
And I know that, and it brings such a peace to me when I know they don't look at me any other way. I mean, I'm their cousin, but they just love me. I've messed up. I have done some stupid things in our friendship.
Yeah, and
I
we
mean,
all
We all
have.
have.
and
We
they
all have.
and they love me through it. You know, even last night I just apologized to them about something I'd done, and I know they don't judge
We
me.
do not judge.
But I just, you know, I feel comfortable enough to go, hey, I'm sorry, I blew it, and that wasn't very becoming of me, and forgive me. And I know they're going to, and we just
course.
keep going.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're like, we
done.
never thought twice about it,
No.
but
Right, we're
we
good.
respect that. And I think that's the thing, that was the beauty to me, is that we can be who we are in that raw moment, because we're all human.
Absolutely.
And there's going to be no judgment. We're going to lift each other up. We're going to support each other. We're going to give that hard
We have had
advice
to
too.
have
Yes.
those hard
Yes.
advice.
We have
Yes.
had
Yeah.
some hard talks.
Yes.
And we have given out advice
Yes.
that wasn't necessarily what the other one wanted to hear.
We have done
Yes,
that.
we have.
But
Mhm.
it was what was needed to be said.
That's right.
And we know that it's all in love.
It
you know,
is.
it's in
Everything
love.
we do with each other is out of love for each other.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I would take a bullet for them.
Yes, all
Without
three
a
of us.
doubt.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
know that. I just pray that you get some encouragement from this today, and know that you're loved, that you're valued, that there's somebody out there that needs your friendship.
Absolutely.
That wants your friendship, that wants you in their life. If there's a friendship maybe you've just put on the back burner, you've neglected, you haven't invested in, call them up today.
Even if it's cousins.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be family, but like we were out of touch for a number of years. But when we got back together at that family reunion, it was like nothing had changed. I mean,
And-
we just picked right back up
And we will never go
that way.
that long.
No,
Right.
never.
Yeah.
4 months is the max we go without being together.
Yep, that's true. So Proverbs 18:24, it says that a friend sticks closer than a brother, and there's someone out there for you that wants to be
Yes.
that friend to you, but you got to be that friend to them first. So I hope this blesses you today, that you get to meet my two besties. I love y'all.
We love you too.
All right, let's go do something fun.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.